Hello my lovely sewing friends, this is Curly Modista, formerly known as Lost and Orchids. My name is Alisa, welcome to my vlog. I'm joining a group of very talented and amazing and creative vloggers all over the world on Sew Frugal challenge held by our tireless and inspirational Sam of Frugalissima and Ruan of the Yorkshire Sew Girl. This challenge has been running for a few years now and the rules are very simple. You have to use the fabric from your stash, you have to use a free pattern that is widely available on the internet, you have to make your garment during the month of March and post the photos of the finished result on the 31st of March, not earlier, and tag Sam and Ruan in your posts. I will leave all the details and all the hashtags and Instagram handles under this video. Besides the fact that you're going to make some amazing makes, you will participate in a prize draw, which I think is being chosen at random, and I'm going to post some pictures of all the sponsors for this year's Sew Frugal challenge, which there are so many amazing ones. If you haven't seen them, go check out their businesses. Subscribe, see what's what, see what you would like to win, and also I'm going to post the participant vloggers of this year with all the dates. Today I'm sharing my day with Becky from Nose from the Sewing Room. Please go and check out her video, give her a like, show her some love, and let's begin the actual planning of the mix. So what I'm going to do, I was thinking rather than just talk about more dresses which I can talk about forever, let's be honest, I've decided that I actually need some tops in my wardrobe. So I thought, why not combine this challenge with a practical task of me finding some patterns for some tops to make for me. So the rules for me would be simple. They have to be appropriate, work appropriate, they have to have sleeves, and they have to either be able to be tucked under the trousers and skirts or be worn over them. So that's pretty much it. Where do I go first? Of course, to Mood Fabrics free pattern section. Obviously they have so many amazing patterns there. I don't know what the deal with them is, right? So my theory is that they maybe made some deal with a sewing school or sewing course that the students who pass some exam or whatever, they make patterns, they grade them, and they make like a walkthrough with photos and they post them, and somehow that would be like a pass maybe of some sort for their course. Otherwise, why there are so many amazing patterns for free are available on Mood website? I don't know, it's my theory anyway, a conspiracy theory. So the patterns I've selected as my potentials are, so the first one is the Wren shirt. I like it for its simplicity. Now the only thing that I'm looking at the technical drawing now, why aren't there any bust darts? I don't know. Is it like such a loose fit that it doesn't require darts? I don't see them being transferred anywhere else. Potentially I would make a size larger because I do like a slightly looser clothes anyway, which if you follow me you know that I do like a bit of space between my body and my garment, so not too tight. Well, first of all, the sizing is from 00, which is bust 31, waist 23 and hips 34 inches, up to size 32, which is 59.5 bust, 51.5 waist and 63.5 hips in inches. Okay, so it's a pretty wide splay of sizes, which is lovely. Okay, so now I think I would go for something with a bit of a flare. So it would be View B, which has a gathered sleeve gathered cap, and then you've got two, I think it's shirring, like two lines of shirring, one at the top and one at the bottom, and it has a cuff. Now looking at that, I think I would probably make a sleeve longer. I would omit the cuff and make just like a free edge, just elasticated bit, and then like a free, oh dear, just like basically omit the cuff, let's just say that. So the fabric for it is a lovely chiffon. Let me show you. So I got this fabric from myfabrics.co.uk. I do buy quite a few fabrics from there for a very simple reason, that they include 5 free samples in each order. So as I order and get my free samples, I actually really like the fabrics that I'm sampling, so I'm ordering those fabrics, and obviously as you make a new order you want to add 5 new free samples to it. So it's just like a never-ending circle, which I kind of ended for the time being because I'm pretty much out of money for fabric. So this one is, I don't know if you can see, a very slight like a shimmery metallic thread that runs through this fabric, and you also have some little dots. I really like it. Now obviously you can see how see-through it is, so I would imagine I would probably wear a nude slip, like a nude color slip underneath, not black, because that would add extra like design visual lines to the shirt, and I want for it to be just like a plain. So in terms of the sleeve, I think it would be really lovely because it would keep the shape. This fabric is kind of flowy, but it also has a tiny bit of stiffness to it. So if this is the sleeve and this, it falls like this, and then you cinch it as it is on the shown on the drawing, it goes like this, and then it goes like this, and then you cinch it again. So I think it would create a really lovely line, like bring a lot of interest to the sleeves. And also potentially I could wear that with a vest, which again would cover this area, because let's face it, nobody wants to see a bra at work. I don't know, maybe they do, but surely I wouldn't want to see people's bras. So so that's it, that's that. That is one good potential for me, and I think, like I said, I would probably go a size larger just to give it a little bit of ease of wear, because again, no darts. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, because I'm looking at it and it has been designed for a non-stretch fabric, so somehow the space within the shirt has to accommodate the fullness of the bust line. There you go. Okay, so the next one on my list is the Calendula Blouse, and again we can see the exaggerated sleeve. It comes up to, not the sleeve, the shirt comes up to your, it's like a high neck with a stand. So I was thinking this fabric, which is a different colorway from that one, exactly from the same source, exactly for the same reason, because it's very pretty. It's got, again, just like a silver thread running along the length of the fabric, and you've got black dots as well, and I thought that it's like really pretty because it's pink. Let me just show you. It's a beautiful like peachy pink color. So with this one I would probably either keep the sleeve and leave it as it is. Or I would replace the sleeve with something just, again, exaggerated big sleeve, and replace the collar band with a big bow, and make a big bow so long, the bow ends, that it would actually cover this area here, so that I wouldn't have to wear anything on top. But then again, I'm thinking, do I want to make the sleeves, they look lovely, however, when I'm going to the kitchen to make a cup of tea, will they be dipping into all the teas and coffees and absorbing all the water, and then I'll be dripping everywhere on the paperwork? I don't know. I think with this one, I like the neck because it reminds me of I think it was Chloe, the designer, whose collection was it this year? I will find some images for you and put them up. Has the similar like neckline, and it would be fun to play around with this as a base and maybe add a couple of ruffles and make something similar in that style, because at the moment it's very fashionable. So, you know, if there's anything that we can save our money on and make it ourselves for a fashionable price of a designer item, why not, right? So this is, again, could be quite an interesting option for either making it as is or making like a slight hack, introducing a slight hack or a slight tweak, and then make it into something more high-end designer. So that's another pattern for me. So the next one from the Mood website is the Cardinal Blouse, and again it comes in two different variations. One of them has a long ruffle going all around the neckline and down to the hem, and it has, I think, hanging buttonholes, which would be quite fun to make. And the second version has a laced up front and exaggerated big sleeves as well. So I am more inclined to look at the view with the lace up front, because it could be something along the lines of boho, bohemian style, that is again very much in at the moment. And also because of the fabric I could use for it is never ever would be out of style. This is again from myfabrics.co.uk. It's chiffon and it's animal print. It's really lovely. I loved it for the scale of it, and the colorway. The colors are very subtle, and I think the scale is not, you don't often see such a large animal print, and it almost looks like flowers. So I'm really obsessed with this fabric. Obviously animal print, everybody knows, is a neutral. And I don't even want to hear about it. So this could be a neutral blouse that would go with anything and everything in every color in your wardrobe, and black and white and brown and pink and yellow and anything that you like. So that one I would just make with no alterations and just keep it like that. And I think it would be a lovely addition to my wardrobe, and it probably wouldn't even take that long to make. So anyway, that's that for the Mood fabrics for now. So the next company, which is my recent discovery, is Unfettered Patterns. The deal with them is you get your pattern pieces for free, and if you want to have instructions to it, you can buy the instructions, and I think the sew along or some sort of guide as to how to put these pieces together on their Ko-fi account. So if you are a bit more experienced and you know how to put together a piece of clothing, which is nothing complicated here, it's pretty straightforward, then you really can just download the pattern and just maybe even find like a similar pattern in your library and use it as a guide roughly. So I like Peter Pan collar shirt, which is number UP1037. What I like about it is obviously Peter Pan collar and big gathered sleeve. So for this one, I'm envisaging using this textured cotton. I got It's really like, it's a really fun texture, and I've actually washed and ironed this, and it still then looks like this. So it's almost like has strips of this fabric that have been gathered, and then this kind of lines in between that haven't. So it creates this really lovely textured effect. So with this one, I'm thinking just make it straightforward as it is, and just obviously white blouse with a bit of an interest again in terms of the collar and the sleeve. Will go with everything. A white shirt, but slightly not your typical white shirt. This shirt looks like it's a good fit and can be made in a variety of fabric, but I think for me I would probably go with something like this, which is quite stiff, which would hold shape where your sleeves are gathered, just to give it a little bit of more of that volume. So size wise, let's look. So their pattern range is from extra small, which is 33.5 in the bust, 25.5 in the waist, and 36.5 in the hips. And they come up to XL, which is 42.5 at the bust, 34.5 at the waist, and 45.5 at the hip. Not as wide as Mood Patterns, but if it's something new that you would like to try, like I've never tried their patterns, so I think I would actually give it a go. I think to be on the safe side, I would go for an L, so second to last, because again, I do like a little bit of a looser kind of fit, so I don't want things too tight, especially looking at this shirt, and it's not supposed to be tight on you, it's supposed to be quite relaxed. So that's that one. And then also, thinking about it, I could make the same shirt using this fabric, which is, it's a cotton, I think it's a cotton chambray. I got it from Exeter Fabrics, and it was on sale, and I just absolutely loved the color, which is lilac. I love lilac. I think it look pretty amazing, and in fact I was thinking about using the same pattern, Peter Pan collar shirt by Unfettered Patterns. I just tried to say it 3 times. I need to slow down. And actually making the collar look really exaggerated. I will pop you a picture from Pinterest. I was talking about it in my last vlog, and it's just something that really piques my interest, just to have that really large, super large collar, very unusual, and potentially even either do some embroidery maybe at the points of the collar, or you know, when you go to like a fabric shop, sometimes they have either heat transfers or they have embroidered or sequin, you know, ornaments that you can apply on your clothes. And I have a couple that I actually, every time I wash it, I take them off, and then I wash the thing, I iron it, and then I kind of stitch it, baste it back on. So potentially you could just put on different things depending on what you're wearing underneath. So, you know, there is a bit of like a creativity kind of outlet there. So potentially that one could be made with this. And I think again, just to make it less complicated, I would just omit the cuffs, and just make them maybe just a shared hems on the sleeves, something like that. I saw that the other day in one of the Next blouses, and I really liked it. I took a picture. So that was in my idea bank. So that's that one. And the last one that I was thinking about is also by Unfettered Pattern, and it's called Kimono Shirt, and it's number UP1019. So it's basically just a very relaxed button-up shirt with a grown-on sleeve. Yeah, that's it. So there's no setting in sleeves, there's no cuffs, there's not anything, and it's pretty much for the hot weather, when you just want to have the least clothes that you can and still look quite professional. So for this one, I actually have a very similar fabric to what they have in a picture, and it's 100% silk. And again, I got it from My Fabrics, UK, and it just feels gorgeous. It's so pretty. Obviously, you know how silk feels. It's just so yummy. So again, it's quite see-through. However, I think if I make this, I could then add 2 pockets that will go here, and the pockets could be turned over just to create a different direction of the stripes. Again, do the same for the collar. So maybe do collar on a bias and kind of interfaces so it doesn't stretch, but just to give that a little bit of that different direction going on the shirt. Every time I use a stripe, I always think what I can turn around and do like a little puzzle piece to just give a little bit of that much more interest to it. So that's it. Those are my ideas for the shirts. I wonder what I'll be making. Which one did you like the most? Did you get inspired? I hope you did, because I kind of, when I start looking at my fabrics and I start looking at patterns, there's so many ideas floating about. Most of the times they're just the ideas and they get used later or never, but it's nice to get your creative juices flowing, isn't it? So let me just remind you, the rules of the challenge are: pick the fabric from your stash that you already own, pick a free pattern from the internet, make your garments during the months of March, tag Ruan, the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and Sam Frugalissima in your final makes when you post your reveals on the 31st of March, not before that. And if you want to tag your progress, you can use hashtag Sew Frugal 2025 WIP, and then in your reveals you tag hashtag Sew Frugal 2025. That's it. Hashtag Sew Frugal 2025. And that's the results that will be in the mix to win all the amazing prizes and get some love from the sewing community. So I hope you enjoyed my brainstorming. Let me know what you think. Please go check out all the other vloggers. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please do subscribe. We do have a lot of fun here, and I show what I'm making on a weekly basis, and also my garments and how I wear them. So for any sewing inspiration or just a bit of craziness, click like, click subscribe, and do come back. So good luck, and I will see you guys at the end of the month with all your fabulous makes. Stay pretty and sew something beautiful. I'll see you soon. Love you all. Bye.